Diva, divine diva. Right now, I am seeing way too many people still moving from survival mode when they were literally built for sovereignty, built to walk in God frequency. This isn't a judgment. The world has conditioned you to believe that survival is normal, that you have to struggle to succeed, work hard to be worthy, play by the 3D rules, even when your soul knows you were made for something more. Here's the truth: the 3D was never meant to be a cage, it was never meant to be where you were stuck. It was just a training ground for you to step into your full divinity. You came here, right? Source energy is beaming through you. You are source. And you are expressing as your personality, your identity in this reality. And you were meant to come here to create in this reality, not to get bogged down by the matter, but to create things and show yourself your divinity. It truly was a training ground, the 3D, for you to step into your divine authority. And that is what we are going to talk about today. You're here to thrive, create, and lead. And so, look, I'm going to break down how 3D survival consciousness keeps you stuck, what sovereignty really means, how to live in the 5D while still existing in this 3D world, why duality exists in the first place and how to move beyond it, why you are an ascension anchor and what that truly means, and most importantly, how to hold your frequency no matter what's going on around you. Now, let's be real. Most people are still moving from survival consciousness, and it's not because they're weak, it's not because they're low vibe, it's because it's what you were taught. You were taught to fear the unknown. But what do we really know about the unknown? The unknown, the unexpected. That's where quantum leaps live. And being comfortable with the unknown is where your power is. But we were taught to fear it. We were taught that if it's unknown, it's bad. And your brain tries to get you, if it's anything that's unknown, we run away from it, like a woolly mammoth used to, right? Because we didn't know woolly mammoths were bad, and then we trained ourselves to see they were bad. And so now it's like, oh, danger, danger, danger. So anything that doesn't feel comfortable, you get danger, danger, danger. But the unknown is freedom. The unknown, the unexpected. That's where you quantum leap. You were also taught to seek validation from external sources. I was watching The Bachelor. It's Grant's Bachelor at the time of this recording. And there was a girl, and I think it was like 3 times in the same episode, she was like, he validated me so much. It's what I needed. He validated me. It feels so validating. They're not validating my feelings. They think that I'm just doing this and it's not validating me. And it was just validating after validating, and her seeking external sources to validate her. And I was like, Grant, that is a freaking red flag. I hope he didn't pick her. I don't know who he picked yet at the time of this recording. She's a red flag. She's a walking red flag because she's seeking for all of this validation outside of her, which means that she's going to be anchored to, like chained to his ankles and dragging him down, because she will not be able to self-soothe. She will not be able to, she will not have any IQ, EQ, or AQ. No intelligence, no emotional intelligence, and no, she won't be able to deal with her own adversity unless she gets, all of the circumstances, every single circumstance will tear her down because she's seeking validation from external sources. You were also taught that power belongs to authority and not you. Power was always outside of you. And this is where a lot of humanity is still operating. Fighting for money, fighting for validation, fighting to feel safe in a world that's built on fear based control systems. And it worked for a little bit, but the earth has risen in frequency and we are no longer locked into this density. We are no longer bound to survival consciousness. And you're listening to this and you already know this. You already feel it deep down. You already know that something inside of you is not resonating with survival mode anymore because you are sovereign. You feel this sovereignty. And let's get this straight. Sovereignty doesn't mean doing whatever you want, no circumstances and no consequences. That's just rebellion in a different costume, and that's low frequency. That is not 5D. Sovereignty means you move from choice, not reaction. You move from knowing, not fear. You move from trust, not external validation. Self-trust, the trusting of the divine diva inside of you, the God frequency trust, not external validation. Now, sovereignty doesn't mean that you're leaving the 3D reality behind. Not yet. Because you're still in a human body, you're still in the physical world, you're still meant to experience life here. Being sovereign is about holding the 5D frequency while existing in the 3D reality. It's about choosing your experience instead of reacting to collective chaos and external circumstances. And when you do that, you become the ascension anchor. This brings me to what it looks like to live in 5D while existing in 3D. This is where people get confused. Because some of y'all think 5D living means never having to deal with money, never feeling triggered, never experiencing contrast. Nope, that's avoidance. That's not ascension. Living in the 5D while existing in the 3D looks like when challenges come up, you don't spiral. You pause, you assess, and you choose your response from a higher perspective. When old trauma resurfaces, you don't bypass it, you move through it with awareness, allowing it to integrate and dissolve. When external chaos is happening, you don't take it on as a personal burden. You hold your frequency and you keep leading. And let's be clear. Let's be clear. This is not about perfection. This is about awareness and choice. It's about knowing that every time you hold your peace, instead of reacting, you anchor in more light, which is exactly why you are here. We are anchoring more light than ever before. The entire frequency of this planet is shifting, and it is not random. Your soul chose to be here. During this transition, you raised your hand and you said, I want to be on the ground as the earth moves into higher frequency. I want to witness the entire collective wake up. I want to lead as humanity remembers its power. And here's what you need to understand is that anchoring the light is not about fighting darkness. It's about neutralizing duality, oneness. It's about becoming one so that you can move beyond duality. I get this question a lot. Is darkness bad? No. Here is why duality exists. For thousands of years, the earth was in a dualistic experience. Light versus dark, good versus evil, us versus them. It was necessary for a while because duality creates contrast. Contrast creates choice. Choice creates awakening. But guess what? We are no longer learning through duality. We are learning through conscious creation. And this is why you no longer need to struggle to learn a lesson. This is why karma is clearing instantly instead of dragging across lifetimes. This is why manifestations, aka your creations or intentional receiving, is happening faster than ever. Because duality is dissolving. And your job is to hold the vision of what comes next. Your job is to be a fifth density anchor, anchoring in this new earth. Your job is to be sovereign. Your job is to remember that you are one with the light. You are one with God, because you are God. You are here to complete the old cycles and let the old stuff go. And if you need support doing that, there are 3 spaces for you to anchor in this light together with me and a whole bunch of your other Ascension Anchor sisters. Divine Diva, there's Divinity House. For the established light worker, spiritual entrepreneur, who's stepping into more visibility, more leadership, more impact, who's ready to lead hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, and maybe millions of people. Because you are being called to hold your power at the highest of levels. This is a year-long experience. It is an experience that you come in and you are meeting the friends that you will have for the rest of your life. And if you are so feeling like this is you, you are ready to say heck yes, check out the link in the show notes to learn more. Second place, La Lumiere, the Divine Diva Circle. This is for you if you are ready to take all of these conversations deeper. It is an audio membership, 3 audios a week minimum, which means there'll probably be more. All about ascension, expansion, navigating this shift, quantum manifestation, being the leader, moving through triggers, what I'm doing to do this, how I'm anchoring the light, what you can do to do this, how you get to build and create an audience to do this for, and how you get to internalize and do this work and impact others in your universe. That is what we are doing there. And if you're listening to this during the founder member special, then you get that special. It's in the link below. $44 a month. But once we launch, it's $144 a month, which means that you want to just get in now. If you are listening to this after the founding member special, email podcast@alignedsoul.com and ask about the current podcast special. And then lastly, you have this podcast. I'm here nearly every single day. You get to listen to this, binge listen every single day. Give it a 5-star review. Message me at podcast@alignedsoul.com to ask for different topics. Bring up questions. I will create different podcasts on those topics. Just remember, we're just getting started. Always share with me that you're listening. Get into my DMs in Instagram. I will definitely reshare any post that you post when you're taking a picture and screenshotting it and adding the link to let everybody know that they can come listen to this podcast. And just remember, we're just getting started. Hugs, kisses, and all of the feels. Stay bougie, be healed, and keep it divine, diva.